Welcome to Wild Breakaway with Wes Walls. I'm Audra Martin. It was a sense of deja vu tonight in Denver for the Minnesota Wild. 2 trips to the Mile High City this year, both ending up with 7 goal performances from the Colorado Avalanche, and that just caps off a disappointing set of back-to-back games with the Minnesota Wild leaving 4 points on the table.
Yeah, it was a tough night, and really right from the beginning of the game, the Minnesota Wild had a difficult time putting 2 or 3 passes in a row together. Their power play wasn't clicking. Daniel Wennick mentioned in his first period interview about the forecheck and how they were able to get one guy in, and the second, third guys weren't getting close enough to be able to create any kind of offensive zone time. And really, the Minnesota Wild had a difficult time creating hardly any offense. I don't remember the Minnesota Wild getting maybe more than 4 or 5 grade A scoring chances. The Colorado Avalanche top line was on fire here tonight. Last time they played at the Pepsi Center, they scored 7 as well, and they were just the Minnesota Wild really didn't have an answer for their top line, and thus lost the game. It was a tough loss for the Wild.
Here's a look at tonight's final stats. The Avs get 7 goals on 26 shots at 27 shooting percentage tonight, the best from any opponent against the Wild so far this season. The Wild go 0 for 3 on the power play, 2 for 3 on the penalty kill. But again, it means that the Minnesota Wild left 4 potentially crucial points on the table this road trip, and Bruce Boudreau is not too pleased about it.
I'm disappointed that anytime now, that you lose 1 or 2 in a row, teams are gaining on you all over the place. So it's not positive, but we get home and forget about this one. Not forget about it, but remember it and do something about it. And we're still in a good spot. So it's not the end of the world right now.
So here's a look at what's next for the Wild. They do come home Sunday to take on the Detroit Red Wings. Tuesday, another home matchup against the Carolina Hurricanes before they hit the road Friday to visit the Vancouver Canucks. Sunday, the Detroit Red Wings, a team we have not seen since Game 1 of the season. And unfortunately, the Wild came up with the loss to start off the season. But a lot has changed since these two went head-to-head. So hopefully the Minnesota Wild can, like Bruce Boudreau said, put it behind them and come out with a good effort.
Yeah, and Detroit has lost their 2 games on this road trip, both by 1 goal. This is not a great Detroit team. They're on the outside looking in. They will not make the playoffs, but I think it's going to be very important for the guys in the locker room to really recognize that just because you're coming home and you've had a lot of success at home does not guarantee 2 points on Sunday night. The guys need to understand that. There's a reason why they've been spanking teams at home, and they haven't backed into any wins. I don't remember Devin Dubnyk having to stand on his head and make 45 saves and we win a game at home. The Minnesota Wild have played some outstanding hockey, especially at home, and thumped some teams just like they got thumped in Colorado. So if the Minnesota Wild have the right mindset and have the right preparation of the guys in the locker room, they should be able to take care of business on Sunday against Detroit.
We'll see if they can get it done Sunday against Detroit. We look forward to seeing you then. In the meantime, for Wes Walls, I'm Audra Martin. Thanks for joining us on Wild Breakaway.